Human-centric design. It's not biophilic, it's humane. The focus is shifting from pure architecture to an environment that is both architectural and user-focused to enhance the occupant's experience. Our clients are looking for ways to get the most out of their buildings with user apps and sensors that allow them to gather data to determine which spaces are truly utilized, which will drive the need to design for more or less space. Clients will also be using technology and data analytics to determine the life cycle costs of buildings, as well as forecast occupant experiences to drive future buildings and programs. In order to effectively adapt to this future, we as architects need to shift our focus to the end user experience, speed to market, the efficiency of programmed space, and efficiency of construction. In addition to aesthetically beautiful designs, there will be more emphasis on how a building operates and supports the end users and the overall experience. The architecture of the building is an extension of the client's business, a tool to enhance the occupants and the members. The idea of a humane architecture goes beyond the recent calls for public interest design. It digs at the very foundations of formalist architectural theory that continues to inform contemporary architectural education. It demands more architecture centered on the body and experienced space. It also calls for more architects invested in the relationship between the built environment and its occupants at the space of the body. Not surprisingly, these qualities, not the internal disciplinary dialects debated in the halls of academia, are what most find pleasurable in architecture. How do we build human-centric architecture? Understand the business. Systems need to be designed to meet business goals. Understanding the end user experience will help achieve these goals and build applications that put human experience at the core. Design for experience, following a human-first approach, will help build experiences that drive the adoption of applications and systems that propel business growth. Following a design thinking approach to understand the customer journey, then building applications to address it will help organizations make decisions on their technology adoption. And collaborate with users. It is often sidelined in the overall application of design. Collaboration is often taken for granted. Many may think that technology leads to a better outcome, but after designing the experience with a set of users, it's important to keep watching and collaborating with a wider set of users to adapt products and services and buildings as needed. An iterative process to improve user friendliness should be built into the process of application and system design. What happens when you apply a biometric measure like eye tracking to architecture? First, why does it matter? Where people look when they're not thinking about it? That's the ultimate question. We have to think fixations drive exploration, and that unconscious habit, such as where our eyes fixate without conscious input, determines our attention and ultimately what we do and how we behave. Eye tracking studies have revealed that when looking at architecture, it has less to do with buildings and rather people. We're a social species and our perception is relational. In other words, it's specifically designed to take in others. Eye tracking studies bear this out repeatedly. Yes, architecture matters, but from our brain's perspective, people matter more, no matter where they are. If there's one all-encompassing conclusion, it's this. We can only hope to save ourselves if we know what we are. Evolution is real, and we're artifacts of that process. Eye-tracking architecture shows ancient algorithms directing us even though we can't perceive them. Architecture that's humane engages our animal nature, acknowledging our remarkable history. While buildings fulfill the most basic human needs like shelter and security, architecture impacts the emotional state of any person who interacts with it. Whether it's intended or not, a building can provoke a range of emotions such as belonging, awe, fear, or hope. Human-centered architecture, which puts humans at the center of the design process, seeks to optimize positive interactions as such between humans and buildings. Human-centered architecture isn't a trend, a style, or a methodology, but a social-based approach to optimize the relationship between people and buildings to attend a community's needs. Buildings designed with this quest create solutions for problems and opportunities by focusing on the needs, context, behaviors, and emotions of the people that the answers will serve. Empathy and innovation lie at the core of human-centered architecture. Parameters contributing to a more humane-oriented building environment, such as the 5 S's and 5 E's, describe any number of interactions your users experience. It often includes the emotional state of the user as well as the physical actions they will undertake during their user journey.